Hello, welcome back to my channel. I have not done a kitchen video in a minute, and as tomorrow, or what you're watching today, is Thanksgiving, I thought I should do one. Now, my original plan is not happening. My original plan was that my dad was going to be here and I was going to do like a whole prep this whole week, and I was going to film like what I was making. I don't eat meat, so I'm never the person you task with that, but I do make awesome sides and I do bake. So I had planned on doing a bunch of like stuff to prep my dad and you know all that. My dad's keto, so I was gonna kind of like play around with keto food and just have a best time. My dad will not be here for the holidays on account of Rona, so instead we're gonna have a very chill Thanksgiving. Me and Jeremy are. We just picked up turkey for him. Well, I ordered it for him and my dad, but now it's just him. And I figured, you know, in lieu of the keto pumpkin pie I was gonna make, I can make something festive for us. Jeremy does love chocolate, so I'm gonna do something chocolatey. And I did get a pan. I got a new holiday pan. It's like a cake pan, it's a snowflake. So I kind of want to play with that too. So I really don't entirely know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna kind of play around with a chocolate cake. And then I went ahead and I got some ice cream to go with it because he really loves ice cream too. And then I have like my sauces and I got some peppermint whipped cream and all that kind of stuff. So this is a very like loose, which is not really, if you're a baker, like that's not really the route you ever want to take with baking. But yeah, so I'm trying to just keep it chill, have a good time, and you know, have edible, hopefully delicious food. Today, instead of doing all the sides and the keto stuff, we're just gonna focus on that cake because it's really the only thing I'm making in advance of tomorrow for your sake today. It's the only thing I'm making not on Thanksgiving because it's just two of us, so it's not gonna be, it's not like that much work, you know what I mean? It's a lot of sides, but it's not really like, I don't have as much volume to make. This is the pan I got. It's from Nordic Ware. I'll link it if you're interested. I really like stuff like this. I really do. I enjoy it. It makes me really happy. I like having festive cakes and cookies and all that kind of stuff around the house. I really enjoy the holidays, so it's just another thing in that vein that helps me feel festive every day. It's also cool because I don't like decorating cakes. I don't enjoy it. It is not my favorite thing in the world to do. So what I like about stuff like this is it is the decoration. You just dust powdered sugar on top and it looks like it snowed on it. And everybody wins. So I like to focus primarily on the flavor. And then if I want to make it look cool, I can stress out about that later, but I really tend to not do that. So this is like perfect for me when you're just focused on the flavor and you don't want to spend like 6 hours piping some insane snowflake design on your cake. That's not my cup of tea. That's not how I want to spend my time. So these are perfect if you are like me on that. And if not, you know what? I really respect your dedication to your art because, dear God, I don't have that. Okay, so step one, spray your pan. If you want to butter and flour, have at it. I don't want to butter and flour the interior of this pan, so I'm just going to really liberally spray it. Just to get into like every little nook and cranny. If it was like a smoother pan, buttering and flouring is actually a great idea. But like there's just too many little areas for it to get, you know, caught up on. Okay, this recipe is from a website called Add a Pinch. Push it up here. This recipe is from a site called addapinch.com. I just Googled for chocolate cake. I have not put a lot of thought into this, in case that's not clear yet. I just wanted a good chocolate cake that wasn't gonna take me all damn day. And this seems, I mean, a lot of people voted 5 stars on this, so that was my criteria. Okay. Normally, when I'm like really in my flow, I'll spend like days researching and curating and really putting the time into it. I did not do that this time. This is atypical for me. Okay, so stand mixer. We have like no room in our kitchen for anything, so this, like, I could justify a kitchen the size of a house. All right, so I sprayed my pan. I pulled my mixer out. I'm going to start mixing ingredients, and I'll just talk you through it as I go. This is like making me so excited when we have a Forever house. We actually have space for all this shit, and it's not as stressful. Because this is the part that's like stressful. Bowl. If you are new to baking, don't mix all your stuff together. You want your dry, and then you want your wet, and then you slowly incorporate the two. Christ almighty, I really can't wait to have a bigger kitchen. Okay. Add flour, sugar, cocoa powder, baking powder. Okay, so basically add all the dry into a stand mixer with your attachment. Oh, okay, so you want to mix all your dry into your stand mixer if you have one. If you don't, just get 2 bowls out and use like if you want to do like an arm workout, you could do a whisk. If you have a, what do they call them, the little hand mixers, you can do that too. It's telling me not to use the whisk attachment, it's telling me to use this guy, so I'm gonna do it as told. And then if you're using a regular oven, preheat to 350. I'm using a convection oven, which takes like literally 2 minutes to heat up to 350, so I'm not doing that right now. Okay, and they want you to add 2 cups of flour. I'm using like a local flour that we get. Sounds like so artisanal white person, but like it's a Red Fife 00 is the type of flour. I'm using this flour I found in the bag. It's from a local mill called Barton Springs Mill, and it's the Red Fife 00. 00 is softer, it's like a white flour, so it's good for baking. If you are like, if I just spoke like a different language to you, just use all-purpose flour, it's fine. Okay, so now 2 cups of sugar. I'm just using, this is all Whole Foods had, so I'm just using the clean sugar. If you want to use coconut sugar or whatever, go for it. Actually, this is easier than that jar. Now you want cocoa powder. She just said cocoa powder. I have this, so we're doing the best we can. 3/4 cup of this. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Get the aluminum free. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna use kosher salt for this. I'm using Diamond Crystal kosher salt. Be careful. Don't get like super salty salt. 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And espresso powder. You want 1 teaspoon of espresso. I'm gonna use our Illy, that's what we use every day for coffee. And we're looking like that. Nothing but the finest. Okay, so now we whisk. Or blend or whatever you wanna do. It said use a paddle attachment, so I'm letting it do its thing. Fabulous. So now we do our liquids. We need a cup of milk. I'm gonna use our friend Maple Hill. You use whatever you want to use. If you want to use a plant-based milk, go for it. If you want to use buttermilk, that apparently works as well. 1/2 cup of oil. I'm using avocado, as that is really all I buy. Apparently you can use butter. I've never made this recipe before, so I don't. Butter, when a recipe is calling for eggs, alters the texture, and I don't have any experience with this specific recipe, so I don't want to go off book on my first go. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and you want 2 large eggs. So something I feel like doesn't get said enough, or maybe it does, I just don't personally hear it, is if a recipe calls for a specific size of egg, buy that size of egg. Like if you're using medium eggs and it's a extra large recipe or whatever, like you're gonna have issues. Just telling you. Okay, so at this point, you want to mix on to medium speed until well combined. That looks pretty good. Okay, you don't ever want to overmix gluten because then it just gets tough. Okay, so then they want you to do a cup of boiling water. So you have to mix that first, then reduce the speed and carefully add boiling water to the cake batter until well combined. It will be thin when it's done, okay? So don't freak out. So I put my kettle on, and I'm just going to put the hot water into my cup. pour that in, and then on the low speed, we're mixing. You can see just how much thinner it got already. I mean, obviously it's still incorporating, but like you can see just how much soupier it got. So you can see how like drizzly it is. That's really thin cake batter, but apparently that is what makes it so moist. If this video was like titled disaster or something like that in the, you'll know, like this didn't go so well. Okay, so next step, we pour our batter into our pan. We have some batter left over. I might make cupcakes. If you have batter left over and you have like cupcake, like cute little like cake liners, maybe make some bonus cakes. Live your life. It's Thanksgiving. Calories don't count. And if you're in one of those families that does like turkey, what do they call them? Turkey trots, like those 5Ks, then you really don't count. So that's supposed to make, this is supposed to make like 2 cake layers, like a 2-tier cake. This made 1 of these and then 6 like jumbo or like larger bakery sized cupcakes. Okay. All right, so that is it loaded up. And I will check on it. It says 30 minutes. I'll check on it intermittently. So then you use this time to clean up after yourself. Put everything away, do your dishes, so you're not like pissed at yourself in 2 hours when you're suddenly tired. Okay, so the recipe called for 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. I did it in a convection oven and I went for 25 minutes. My cupcakes are like destroyed, so like we're just gonna, these are for taste testing. But my cake looks good. It doesn't look overdone either, which is great. I'm gonna let it sit and chill. It did, we had an episode. But either way, like it's fine. This didn't blow over, which is really good news. These definitely did though, but that's my own fault. But yeah, so if you do it in a convection oven, it's 350 for 25 minutes. Okay, so it's not like room temp cooled down, but it's like mostly cooled down. So I wanna show you what to do if you like mangle cupcakes or if you just don't care to decorate them. Get you some whipped cream. I got peppermint whipped topping because my need for Holly Jolly vibes knows no limits. So you just do this. There you go. Shit, I'm not in focus. Like, voila. Okay, so now it's time to flip, hopefully, the cake. It's not like totally cooled. And I really, it's a real sad thing that I tell you this, but I don't actually have like a Christmas platter, like a cake platter. So I'm using just a dinner plate. And I just kind of, like with something like this where it's got clear edges, I gotta hold on and shake them and just rotate them so they all feel like they've been nudged enough, you know? And then, and then I'll just try to lift up. And if it doesn't come out like this isn't, all right, I just leave it. You might want to give it like a good bang, you know? And then honestly, if it's still too warm, like to the touch, this is warm. It's not like gonna like burn me, but I want to keep my hand on it for more than a few seconds. If it's still not coming out, I'm just gonna let it hang out upside down like that until it releases. Okay. So remember when I said if this looks like if I see have like titled with like disaster or whatever, this is what happened. Like it's actually not that bad especially when I dust like powdered sugar, but I think it'll be fine. I'll be honest with you though, just the little bit that I have tried, this is not the best chocolate cake I've ever had in my life. Not by a mile. So, this is just the day before Thanksgiving. And like whatever. But by no means would I say this was worth this. And I also think, truthfully, I think I should have done a butter cake in this pan in general because of the type of the pan. That's on me. And this kind of tastes like a less sweet devil's food of sorts. It's just not the best. But I am gonna go ahead and top it with the powdered sugar just to be done with it and try to like make it look a little nicer. I'm gonna definitely try a different recipe out in this pan because I think it was just the recipe. I don't understand how this had so many stars because I did everything exactly how it told me to, and it's just not nearly as good as it should be. This is what I get for just, this is why I'm such a researcher, because this is what I get when I wing it. Like, why? You know? Why? I do think I'm not going to do the chocolate cake in this because I don't really think you're going to see the dimension because it's so dark anyway. I think I'd rather do like a vanilla cake with the clear vanilla so it really gives you that little light white color, you know? Not the brown, but yeah. So that's the finished product. Jeremy's going to be like, well, he's gonna have ice cream, so he's not really gonna care. He'll be fine. So anyway, this video did not go the way that I intended, but whatever. That is how holiday memories are made. I am fine with it. I hope you all enjoyed this nonetheless, and I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving if you live in America. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all on Sunday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.